you for another Steve review. Today we're looking at the new Assassin's Creed film starring Michael Fassbender. I'm going to talk about it in like under 5 minutes. Basically, what's it about? Basically, if you haven't played the Assassin's Creed games, basically you have Michael Fassbender's character, who is this normal guy. He is an ex-convict, and he basically goes into the Amanus through like the sort of system. Like it's very like a UI sort of virtual reality machine which like plugs into his spine, and it sort of makes it so you can like visualize all the memories that the implant into his head, which are it's very like inspired by the very first game, the very first Assassin's Creed game, which I'm pretty sure everyone has played who is like a die-hard sort of Assassin's Creed fan. Because like when I first saw the Assassin's Creed trailer, I knew this was a very cinematic sort of universe, which is sort of drawn on the history period of the sort of it's a combination of like sci-fi, fantasy, and a sort of historical setting behind it. So basically, what is this film about? You play basically as Altair, who is not Altair. It's this guy called Callum who goes back in time to the Crusades area of sort of I guess like the Arab sort of Arabic sort of deserty sort of Egypt and places like that. And fairly honest, I was pretty disappointed. The story, if you've played at least one Assassin's Creed game, you know the story that you take a guy, you plug him into the Amanus, and you sort of play out history and muck about with the people there. And it's very what always captivated the Assassin's Creed games was this very underlining story about the assassins and the Templars, and it's just very generic for the Assassin's Creed sort of style, because it is very like point to point from the first game, which I went and played recently, and it still holds up. The sort of free roam sort of style, which they sort of captured into like are very, very good and very well done, if I'm fairly honest, because it's not likely you get a game like a film inspired by a game which is actually decent, actually bearable to watch. And I give it props for actually allowing the actually being writ very, very well. The writing in this film is very it's really, really good for like sort of the genre it's in. And fairly, I'm disappointed with the film because it's everything you know from the Assassin's Creed game, like the first one, all merged into one and like sort of simplified, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that they've sort of simplified the story for the new sort of audience and like the general general audience who have probably never seen or heard of Assassin's Creed. But this is clearly this main downfall for the film, because if you have played at least one Assassin's Creed game, you know the story and you sort of already know where it's heading. You already know the main plot points, main characters, main conflicts that are going to be in the film. And overall, I would easily... Acting is really good, by the way. The acting is... Michael Fassbender, he naturally just does amazing performances and really immerses you in his new character, his like new situation. Even though the situation we've seen 1,000 or like 100 of times in the Assassin's Creed games, and it's become like very generic for the franchise at the moment. So I adore this film because it's a game inspired film, and it lives on to my hope of actually making or seeing a Bioshock inspired film, because Bioshock is a very cinematic like universe on itself. So if anyone out there, filmmakers, just go and make a Bioshock film now, because the audience is obviously growing for game-inspired films. So just go make one. I don't care what it is, just make it. It doesn't have to be very decent, which is proven by Assassin's Creed, because in the sort of indie style of the film, because you can tell they did not do a lot of budget into like the actual sort of Amanus effects and the Amanus sort of timeline and actual like the sort of effects, but the best part is that the costumes and all the aesthetics, the how it looks is amazing, and I would easily watch it again. But what I'm hoping is they bring out a new one, and it's actually a unique take on the Assassin's Creed sort of style, and they take it to a new era. They take it to a different era that we haven't seen in the games yet. Like I've always wanted to play as Assassin's Creed in World War II or World War I. That'd be freaking amazing. Like just free roaming around like Britain, or like World War II London, or like even like early 20th century New York would be pretty good. So overall, I'd easily give this a 4.5 out of 5 because it's worth watching. It's a sort of it's a good take on the Assassin's Creed games, and it doesn't fail to like respect the audience, and it sort of for the general audience it's very respectful for how it's like portrays the Assassin's Creed games. But if you haven't actually played Assassin's Creed game, you will be disappointed because you're like, oh, I've already seen all this, but I'd rather be actually playing the game, which is my main downfall for the game. The film, it doesn't actually like allow any new sort of information for the people who haven't actually played, like who have played the game. So see you again on other Steam reviews.